Hey, this is Rishi, and this is my recap for Friday, January 24th. I traded two stocks today, Intel and ADPT. Intel was definitely my main watch today, and I think it was for much of the BBT community. Um, uh, and the main reason for that is because Intel gapped up on positive earnings, so it was a good catalyst. And it was in effectively uncharted territory. This is not an all-time high. Looking at the daily, actually, we have to go to the monthly chart. And the last time the stock traded in this price range in 68, uh, you know, the upper 60s was all the way in 2000. So we're looking, 20 years back. Um, so so there's definitely a lot of room to run here um, if this got traction. And this is actually is a good example. This was a profitable trade. I got a couple hours out of this trade, but this is a good example of I usually keep about 6 or 7 stocks up to watch, and I feel like this is a good example of why maybe it might be better to just watch fewer stocks because this would have been an excellent 1 minute orb, which I missed. Um, right here, this is on the 1 minute chart. Could have taken an entry right here, placed my stop just below VWAP. Let me get my Epic pen. So yeah, this would have been a great entry right here. Let's stop below VWAP, and then this is potential risk to reward is amazing here. If somebody was able to scale out gradually as this ran up, but I missed this entry because I was watching another stock that I think it was HFSC or HFC that I was watching in the morning because I liked the setup. It just wasn't getting volume, and I had my eyes glued to it, and um, there was really no point. It, when I told myself coming in, this is the main thing I wanted to watch, I should not have been fixated on other stocks. So anyway, I missed that. So then I waited for the next potential setup on this, and that was a 5 minute orb. And this is actually a really good setup. So here we have the 5 minute chart. Um, took it on the break. Actually, I took this a little early. Added to my position on the break of the 5 minute candle. Had my stop just below VWAP, and then I scaled out up to around 68. I think around 68.14 is probably around where I took off my last position. What's this? So it was actually what made this a really good setup is not only that it was a 5 minute orb, but this is also the break of the pre-market high, and then there's also a pretty clean ascending wedge here on the 1 minute chart. So we had multiple things going for it. And this might have been a little early, and the reason I added to my position here, so this is I took it on the break of the pre-market high, had some pullbacks, and then I got a second break, and now this was actually the second break was at the uh, at the 5 minute orb, um, and so this was just additional confirmation that this level is going to break. So I just added to my position, move my stop up, and yeah, and then the only other stock I traded, erase this, was ADPT. Where is that? And there's not really much to say about this. I took this right around the time I took I started really closely watching Intel. I put in a range order, got filled. I mean, this kept running, so as far as trade management, there's not much I did here. I just put in a range order and got filled, and then I actually took a second entry here, and this is a great entry. The stock double topped on on the 1 minute chart, and then I took it on the break of that double top. Essentially again another sort of wedge pattern here in the middle of this strong uptrend. But the only reason I got out of it is because I was already at goal, and I'm really working on this is essentially a break-even trade. I'm working on just stopping at goal whenever I hit goal. I know there's some debate in the community as to whether or not it's good to have a daily profit target, a daily goal. I used to be of the opinion that It wasn't, and then a good setup is a good setup. But I actually more recently, last couple of months, changed my mind completely on that, and I think it's really good to have a goal in mind and just stop trading. I think I kind of analogize it to playing a sport. And if you're playing, let's say, a game of basketball, and you have your goal is to first to 11 or whatever, it's like first to a certain score. When you get there, just stop. I have other things to do. I don't want to be glued to my computer all day long. Um, and I try to keep my goal pretty modest. So anyway, that's my recap for today. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you all have a good weekend. Take care.